All right, let's dive right in. Today we're deconstructing a really cool piece of writing. It's not some dense academic paper, it's a cinematic script that takes a totally normal family moment and just blows it up into this huge, high-stakes adventure. We're going to break down exactly how this script turns a quiet family evening into a genuine cinematic masterpiece. So the whole thing kicks off with this incredible line from the dad, Praneeth. And this isn't just throwaway dialogue, okay? This is basically the theme for the entire story. With this one sentence, a battle line is drawn right down the middle of the living room, setting up the big conflict that's going to drive everything that happens next.
So let's set that scene, right? The first part of the script just painstakingly builds this world for the Sharma family. We're in their living room, but it's more than that. It's this fortress of structure and precision. Every single thing, from the furniture to the lighting, is just perfectly under control.
What's really cool is how the script creates this vibe. It actually calls for something called the chiaroscuro effect. It's kind of a fancy term, but all it means is using really strong contrasts between light and dark. Think of those dramatic old black and white movies. It's not just to look pretty, it's a visual cue telling us that this is a world with rigid rules and, some serious drama.
And into this world of stark light and deep shadow, we meet our players. The script is super smart about this, framing them as these classic archetypes. So first, you've got Praneeth. He's the orderly guardian. Then there's Chaitra, the charming rebel. You can already see where this is going, right? Srimani is her energetic little accomplice. And then you have Himu, who the script paints as this serene, wise innocent, just kind of floating about all the tension. You gotta know who's who to see how this whole thing is gonna unfold.
And this slide, it lays it all out, doesn't it? You've got two completely opposite forces at play in this house. On one side, you have Team Order, led by Praneeth in his rigid 8 p.m. wind-down protocol. And on the other side, you have Team Chaos, led by Chaitra, who's about to launch a full-on caper at 8:15. This clash between precision and playfulness is the engine of the whole story, and it's about to ignite.
Okay, so how does all this tension finally snap? Well, that brings us to the second act, what you'd call the inciting incident. This is that one moment where all that carefully built order is about to get completely shattered. And it doesn't happen with a big explosion, but with a super simple, silent little gesture.
And it all starts right here, with just a look. A subtle point toward the kitchen. Chaitra gives her accomplice Srimani the signal. This one silent go is the spark that lights the fuse. It's the exact moment the script pivots, and the entire feeling of the story just starts to change.
And that change is completely cinematic. The script literally calls for a total style makeover. The lighting shifts from cool and controlled to warm and rebellious. That steady camera work? Gone. Now it's this shaky handheld style straight out of a Mission Impossible movie. The hallway itself seems to get longer, turning into an obstacle course. And our heroes? They get down and start an army crawl. The family home is no longer a home, it's a movie set. And now we get to the main event, the third act. This is where the script takes something so simple, so everyday, making a late-night dessert, and just elevates it into this thrilling, absolutely epic heist sequence. So what's their objective? Target Area Alpha. The script literally tells the camera to swing around and reveal the kitchen island, which is now bathed in this heavenly spotlight. It's not just a countertop anymore. It's the prize. It's the whole reason for the mission, and it's just gleaming there. And to really make this heist feel huge, the script uses another key technique, macro cinematography. You know what this is. It's when they use those extreme close-ups. It turns every single ingredient into this larger-than-life set piece. It's kind of like those slow-motion food commercials, where a single drop of chocolate syrup looks like a tidal wave? That's what's happening here. It makes every part of this sundae feel absolutely monumental.
The whole process is even framed like a secret mission. Look at this. Infiltrate the kitchen, secure the assets, assemble the device. It's amazing. Even the syrup is deployed, and the sundae is finalized with sprinkles. This kind of playful language turns a simple recipe into a high-stakes military operation.
But of course, no heist is complete without the big confrontation, right? So now we head into the fourth act. This is where all the fun comes to a screeching halt, and our story hits its most dramatic peak.
This script builds this tension just perfectly. First, there's silence. And then you get this. A giant shadow just swallows the entire room. All that warm, fun light from the heist is gone in an instant. You just know something is coming. And then comes the sound. The script is so specific here, it calls for Praneeth's footsteps to be amplified, heavy, rhythmic. It's like the T-Rex approaching in Jurassic Park. He's not just a dad walking into the room anymore. He's this huge, intimidating force of order coming to shut down the chaos. Then, the script basically hits the pause button, giving us these super detailed, frozen shots of everyone's reactions. And look how perfectly they capture each character. You have Chaitra, totally busted, but still with this mischievous grin. Srimani is completely petrified, peeking over the counter. And then there's Hemu, our wise, innocent, just smiling, totally unfazed. She's an island of calm in the middle of this storm.
All right, and now for the final act. How does this super intense showdown end? You might expect a fight or some yelling, but it resolves with a moment of just unexpected grace.
And the key to this whole thing, the thing that changes everything, is this tiny, simple action. Hemu, who's been the bridge between order and chaos this whole time, doesn't say a word. She just offers a spoon. It's an invitation, a peace offering, and it has the power to just completely diffuse this massive confrontation. And it actually works. The script uses this beautiful phrase to describe Praneeth's transformation. He takes the spoon, and as he does, that whole orderly guardian persona literally just melts away. His stiff posture softens, and he finally gives into the moment.
And so perfectly, the lighting shifts one last time. All those harsh shadows and dramatic spotlights are gone. Instead, the whole family is just bathed in this soft, warm, beautiful glow. It's the perfect visual for the resolution. Order and chaos have finally found this perfect, messy harmony.
And the script fades out, leaving us with that warm image. So it all brings us to this final question. The whole story seems to be saying that perfection isn't found in rigid rules or perfectly clean living rooms. Maybe it's found in the messy, spontaneous, beautifully imperfect chaos of just being together. What do you think?